How are you going to put the two deals together, with Europe on the one hand and the United States on the other?
Well, I think that we can pursue both.
During the oral evidence of the Prime Minister Keir Starmer on the 19th of December 2024, Liam Byrne inquired about the statement that the Prime Minister said on the 23rd of February 2023, which stated that they would deliver the highest sustained growth in the G7 by the end of their first term. But this phrase was not included in the plan for change. But to be fair to Keir Starmer, he did say that it still was. To which Liam Byrne replied with, "Well, forecasters don't agree, so is it his goal to beat those forecasters?" Well, the Prime Minister stated that forecasters are based on current circumstances and cannot account for unachieved events. He then emphasised that the ambition of the government is beyond the forecast growth, and the plan for change was to turn this into a milestone that was easily understood by people in their homes or kitchens. And Keir Starmer emphasised that these changes are not yet implemented. Well, then Liam Byrne stated that the IMF predicts that the UK will be third in the G7 by 2029, behind Canada and the US. He then also emphasised that the UK's goal is to surpass the US and Canada and reach the top of the league table. Now, the Prime Minister did emphasise the importance of high sustained growth in the manifesto and plan for change, aiming to make the public feel better off and have more money in their pockets. Now, this will be a significant line on a graph, apparently, highlighting the importance of achieving this goal. Now, Liam Byrne then questioned whether he will provide numbers to support his ambition to increase real household income, which he believes has been achieved in every parliament since 1955, and how much better people will feel. Whereas the Prime Minister then identified two key factors contributing to the issue: disposable income, which has increased but not significantly, and productivity, which has not increased significantly. Now, he aims to combine both aspects and drive growth, a goal not achieved in previous parliaments, and this ambitious goal aligns with the highest sustained growth in the G7, as it is consistent with the highest growth in previous parliaments. Now, the Prime Minister then emphasises, a lot of emphasising, the importance of addressing both aspects of the problem. Well, this nicely lined up Liam Byrne to emphasise the need to unleash business potential to achieve ambition. He spoke to hundreds of businesses who revealed that the combined impact of the National Insurance Contribution rise, the Employment Rights Bill and the National Minimum Wage will lead to cuts in investment, workforce and wages next year. And Byrne questioned whether combining these factors was the best decision and if there is any other way to alleviate some of the pain. Now, there's a lot of emphasising here, but the Prime Minister did emphasise the poor investment, broken economy, and the £22 billion black hole in the budget audit again. And he and the Chancellor decided to fix the foundations first and focus on fixing the difficult aspects. They also considered how to fund the investment needed to fill the black hole. They felt that working people had been hit hard in their pockets over the last few years, leading to a cost of living crisis, and they decided not to hit them in the pay packet and eliminating income tax, national insurance and VAT for working people. And this decision was made to address the economic crisis and ensure the necessary investment, and in other words, blaming it all on the last 14 years of Tory austerity and, of course, salting the earth at the end. Now then, Liam Byrne highlighted the fact that these three changes was causing the howls of pain, and as Keir Starmer then emphasised that the government did not want to impose a tax rise and did not want to inherit the circumstances they did actually inherit. And instead they fixed the foundations in the budget in one go, focus on supporting small businesses and creating conditions for growth. The political landscape was bleak, requiring investments in health services to help people return to work. This was done to address the issue of the long-term sick employees who are obviously often out of work due to illness, and the Prime Minister's approach was aimed at addressing the needs of all businesses. And Liam Byrne emphasised that businesses were seeking a growth plan, but They were just struggling to see it, and while the Chancellor's investment plan had long-term benefits, it is crucial to provide immediate support for the business community to ensure their survival in the long term. Now, the Prime Minister said he had implemented a strategy to address the issues faced by small businesses, particularly in late payments, and the strategy includes £250 million for loans from banks, growth hubs for local businesses to collaborate, and support for management, innovation and exports. He then said he has also provided growth hubs for small businesses to collaborate with other local businesses. This strategy has been widely welcomed and addresses the significant problems faced by small businesses. Well, after Dame Caroline Dinenage had given the Prime Minister a good going over about creative industries and AI, Labour MP Liam Byrne then got back to the meat of the trouble, that is, Dawn Trumbull thin-skinned, and discussed the potential threat of tariffs as one of the potential risks for the upcoming year. The Prime Minister expressed his stance against tariffs, obviously, and emphasised the importance of avoiding them. He acknowledged the good trade with the US and other global countries and expressed a desire to improve this. He then mentioned a meeting with the Don Mussolini in September and has had several phone calls since, including one with him on that very same day. He then declined to speculate on his future plans, and then this is where it got a little interesting for me.
Did you discuss this?
Since, and including one yesterday. I won't go into the details of what we discussed, but am I alive to the danger of tariffs? Yes, of course. I'm against tariffs, but I'm not going to speculate as to what the incoming president might do.
You are committed to introducing or negotiating an SPS, a closer veterinary deal with the EU. That would probably rule out a grand bargain free trade deal with the United States, because we couldn't include something on agriculture in such a bargain. How are you going to put the two deals together, with Europe on the one hand and the United States on the other?
Well, I think that we can pursue both. I don't accept the argument that you've got to either be with the US or be with the EU. That isn't how it works at the moment with our current trade. We do want a closer relationship with the EU on security, on defence, on energy, and yes, on trade. And I've set out how we want to reset on a number of occasions. At the same time, I want to improve our trading relationships with the US. Is that going to be easy? Of course it's not. Do I think we can make progress? Yes, I do. That's among the reasons that I'm making sure we've got a good relationship with the incoming president, and that the relationship between our two countries remains as strong in the future as it has been in the past.
Good luck with that then. Can you really pursue two deals with both the EU and America? Not too sure on that one, my friends, given that we're now a third country, now thanks to Brexit. So I would love to know how he's going to pursue both. See, the thing is, I remember reading Ian Dunt's Brexit, What the Hell Happens Now, where he talked about how at the time it was Theresa May was PM and it was the orange one who was the president, and the photos and the handshakes would be in full force, and of course the special relationship would be given the full-on treatment, especially from our side. But behind closed doors it would all be done by hard-nosed trade negotiators who will do all this long before they've had breakfast and reach the hot dog stand in the morning. We'll slide over the trade deal, and of course it'll be horrendous for us, obviously. And it's a case of take it or leave it, because, let's be honest, we're not in a good negotiating position, are we? Also, with Don Shits His Pants back in power, his mantra has always been, when it comes to stuff like this, where he screws over the other person, isn't it? So, good luck with that, Keir. If I were you, I would just stick with the EU. But what do you guys think? Let me know down below, and if you enjoy all things House of Commons and Select Committee meetings, like and subscribe, and I shall just bid you farewell and take care, my friends.